Nathan was born at 27 weeks gestation. So he was 820 grams. So it was a very, very small baby. It was quite traumatic to see him with all the wires, all the monitors. Some of the challenges with all these wires is handling the baby.
Prendre les bébés avec les fils, c'est très stressant.
Chaque fois, il faut déconnecter, reconnecter. Les machines, quand elles sont déconnectées, nécessairement, ils envoient une alarme. Dans notre cœur de parents, chaque fois qu'il y a une déconnexion du moniteur pour que ce soit 5 ou 10 secondes, on imagine toujours que pendant cette période-là, le pire va arriver.
It hasn't really changed in 50 years, the way that we monitor the babies. And during those 50 years, we've seen a lot of progress in technology. And on top of that, it's very intuitive for parents to want to hold their babies close and protect them. And wires can make that really hard. And we now have wireless technology, so why not apply that to the monitoring to help parents feel closer and more able to be there for their babies in the NICU.
First major objective of what we're trying to do is to replace the wires with wireless connection. So what we have here is not only the sensor, but the amplifier and things which sample the data. This is a transducer which will go on the chest of the baby. And it will record ECG, breathing, and temperature. And then this one, which goes on the limb of the baby, will record oxygen saturation and a signal called the PPG. The only thing that needs to be attached to the baby are these two devices, and everything else will go wirelessly by way of a Bluetooth connection. And in the further term, we could think about home use, where we can essentially send babies home and monitor them.
I do believe that this is going to be a big, big plus for older children because they can move.
Especially if they're staying in the hospital for a longer stay, it becomes even more important and valuable for them to not feel that they're in a hospital, or at least a little bit less.
I think that the Smart Hospital project will change how vital sign monitoring is done in a hospital setting. It started with the idea of a wireless sensor for vital sign monitoring, but it goes beyond that.
Je pense que le plus intéressant, c'est d'avoir la chance de travailler avec autant d'experts dans leur domaine. Donc, je vais travailler avec des ingénieurs, avec des médecins spécialisés, des étudiants. Donc, c'est vraiment le fun de rentrer au travail puis de savoir que tu vas être capable de savoir un peu tout sur la santé des bébés quand tu le veux.
NARC is a wireless skin sensor that was developed to capture all those vital sign signals for neonatal monitoring immediately after birth and in the neonatal intensive care unit.
We developed NRM for the awarded study to monitor and analyze hand movements in healthcare professionals while they do neonatal resuscitation. These are the IMUs, which are tiny electromechanical devices consisting of mechanical components such as accelerometers and gyroscopes that measure linear acceleration and rotational velocity. And they also measure magnetic field. So we have to place them inside the sleeves that go on the wrist. On top of that, with the cameras, we are tracking the hand position in the 3D space. So we know we can generate heat maps of where the hands were while tasks were done.
we have developed a data acquisition system called BioDash, which is capable to record both signals simultaneously. With that information, we can then do analysis to make sure that one is similar to the other one. In the way we have the setup now, the monitors are inside the room, and every time there's an alarm, the alarm goes off, just beside the patient, in front of the parents.
Not a very nice environment. There's lots of instrumentation, lots of people, lots of chaos.
You can imagine how much stress you expose every day. Not to talk about the baby who is trying to sleep and recover from a problem. So we want to have a more friendly monitoring system for the parents and for the patient, and another one outside of the room for the healthcare providers, and in that one outside of the room, then the alarm can go off.
By doing this, the idea will be to simplify the information which is displayed at the bedside so that you're not in a situation of overwhelming the parent with scary things that they don't understand. And at the same time, all of the information that's needed in order to give modern clinical care is available to the clinician.
The WARD study is the first international study to testing a new technology in many different centers from high to low income countries. This study is planning to enroll 600 babies immediately after birth from 5 different countries and 6 hospitals. A high-income country, Canada, 2 middle-income countries, Brazil and Argentina, and 2 low-income countries, Mozambique and Zimbabwe. There are millions of babies being born every day throughout the globe. And those babies require many times some sort of monitoring of their vital signs.
Ici, au Children, nous avons des chercheurs et des médecins de classe mondiale et nous voulons appuyer les projets qui vont transformer la santé pédiatrique au Québec et de partout dans le monde. Le projet de l'hôpital intelligent du Dr Santana et de son équipe fait partie de ces incroyables projets.
I think it's a real privilege to work on something that's so meaningful and that people who are going through a really difficult time are still so excited about. So, you talk to families and they have a really, sick baby and they want to help you with research that at this particular time doesn't benefit them yet because they're not getting wireless technology yet. So I think there's something really motivating about seeing how much people who are in tough times still want this and want you to succeed.
Government money can go so far, and groundbreaking projects such as the Smart Hospital absolutely need the support of donors.
And we are very grateful to the donors to believe in us and trust that we can do and perhaps establish in the near future the first smart hospital, pediatric hospital in Canada.